All right, so let's talk new construction and building a new house in Maryland. I'm gonna give you a few tips and tricks and things you should keep an eye on if you're getting ready to start this process. And if you're in the middle of this process, here's a couple things that can help you in there too. My name's Shawn Martin, the Real Broker. Let's get into it. All right, so the first thing we like to look at is just a couple of things you should know before you go, or know before you start. You're really gonna wanna talk about a timeline, okay, and have some flexibility in your timeline. Typical new builds take somewhere between 7 and 9 months. And in Maryland, we have weather, we have permitting issues, materials getting delivered, anything that could cause that to go a little bit further. You gotta have some flexibility in your move-in date. Another thing you should do is you should get pre-approved. Talk to a local lender, go through the pre-approval process. Now, builders typically have their own lenders that they are gonna dangle some incentives in front of you for you to maybe use them. But you wanna have your own lender so you can make a comparison, okay? So you have a pure comparison of costs, because maybe some costs are inflated from the builders. Maybe they're not. You want to be able to compare this and know your numbers before you go. All right, here's a quick pro tip. Talk to a good real estate agent. Not only just a good real estate agent, one that's been through the new construction process before. You're going to need them more than ever because the builders have sales reps in their models that work for them. Also, the lenders and mortgage work for them as well. So you need your own representation. All right, number 2 is know what you're looking for, okay? I mean, are you looking for a condo? Are you looking for a townhouse? Are you looking for a single family? I mean, you're in luck if you're looking around in Maryland because a lot of these communities are being built with a mix of everything. They have some condos in the front, some townhouses on the side, some singles in the back. A lot of these different phases are including different styles of build. So know what you're looking for and get a feel of like, this is what I want before you go out. So number 2 is, kind of get a feel for what you're looking for, right? Talk to your family, talk to your agent, get a feel for what you actually are going to need, right? Are you looking for a condo? Are you looking for a townhouse? Are you looking for a single family? Like what style of house are you looking for? Where does it have to be? Like how far is it from work? Where are they building these new communities in locations to major highways or to like places you're familiar with, right? And also, what kind of amenities are being included in these communities? Is there walking paths? Is there clubhouses? Is there gyms? Is there pickleball courts? Shout out to all my pickleball players. Quick pro tip on this one. Call the county and confirm what school district that community is going to be routed to because they may not know it at the model home. And if that's important to you, that's not a step you really want to miss. Okay, so the third thing is get to know a little bit about the process, right? Engage with an agent and sit down and talk about the new construction process. It is different from resale, okay? You're gonna wanna know a lot about this, meaning what's the timelines look like? Are there potential weather delays? What's the construction process look like? Is it, how many walkthroughs do I get? Should I have a home inspector? What does the appraisal process look like? Everything in the process is a little bit more extensive. So you're gonna wanna familiarize yourself with this process and start planning on taking the steps and how you're gonna do it. All right, so the 4th one's actually the really fun one, right? Go and visit some models. And you wanna make sure that you have your real estate agent with you, okay? So a lot of times builders will not allow representation from real estate agents after your first visit. I mean, it sounds crazy, but I wonder why they don't want that, but you never know. But tour these models, tour the model homes, okay? And tour a few of them. Just remember when you're walking through the models, they are decked out. It is the creme de la creme. So every upgrade you can imagine in these models is going to be in place. 90% of the things you see are going to be an upcharge. So just keep that in mind. Really want to look at layout. You want to look where it is in the neighborhood. You want to look if there's any, structural changes you want to make to the model when you're going to purchase one. You want to look at how the house feels outside of all the upgrades. All right, go and visit some models. All right, so here's a big pro tip on this one. Just understand that these houses don't get cheaper, okay? So each one that they build and sell, they keep getting more expensive. If you find a home that's located in phase 1 of a community that's maybe 4 phases, those are the best ones because they're gonna build a ton of other houses. They're gonna get more and more expensive. And you're already living in your brand new house, just soaking up all the equity from everybody else buying the houses around you. So look for phase 1s. That's like a real cool little pro tip curveball. All right, so the next step is number 5. You like one. Well, hopefully you love one, all right? Have your agent schedule a time to meet with the sales rep and maybe any management that they need to have on site to go through the contract, okay? Schedule quite a bit of time for this because you're gonna want to be reviewing each page of the contract, reading it, making sure you understand it, asking questions, making notes. Should also maybe have an attorney ready on dial, or your agent should have an attorney ready on dial, because this is very imperative. There's a lot going on in this contract, and what you need to understand is this is not a typical Maryland Association of Realtors contract. It is built and designed by the builders to protect them, so you need to understand what you're signing. So a couple little tips on this one, right? I cannot emphasize enough reading all the contract. Like that's pro tip and pro tip a million. Okay, the other one is most builders are gonna want you to have a 5 to 10% deposit when you sign the contract. They'll work with you, all right? Spread it out through a few payments. Like usually they'll work with you because they want you to buy the house. All right, number 6 is also the fun part. It's actually my favorite part of this, is you sign the contract, you have your copy of your contract, okay? So remember you got that. And now you're gonna schedule your design meeting. You're gonna go in and talk to a design specialist for the builder, and you're gonna pick out all the cool stuff in your house, your flooring, your cabinets, your tile, your hardware, like any sort of upgrade, like some stone on the fireplace, any sort of upgrade you can imagine, you're gonna pick out in the design meeting. Take thorough notes, take a lot of pictures, make sure your agent's there with you, jotting all these notes down, and at the end of this meeting, confirm back every single thing that you chose and get a copy of it. Now, don't be hesitant to make little notes on this. If you talked about it with the designer and have them initial off on it, trust me, you're probably one of a couple hundred builds they're taking care of, so they're not gonna remember all this info, all right? Take notes, take pictures, and save it somewhere where you can revert back just in case something's missed. Now your house is gonna get built, okay? It's gonna take some time to get to this point, but the next stop that you're really gonna be involved in is the pre-drywall construction meeting. Hire an inspector. Hire a home inspector to go in with you, okay? You have no idea what you're looking at unless you are an inspector or somebody in construction, but you don't know what you're looking at. Hire an inspector. Most builders will let you. If your builder does not let you, throw a red flag up. There's a reason why, okay? You're gonna check all the different like ins and outs of what maybe you've special ordered or things that need to be built in at this point, okay? Couple little tips here. Look for all the ceiling fan rough ends. Look for any elevated outlets that you have for like TVs being mounted and whatnot. And make sure the outlets are on the inside of the door. So when you open the door, you turn the light on, they're not on the back side of the door. I made this mistake with the new build that I built and it sucked, but hopefully you don't if I did. Number 8. So the next one is you're gonna go back to the house. Now you can't go back to the house unless you're invited back on, but the second time you're gonna come back to the house during construction is the post drywall walkthrough. So drywall is all up. Floors are probably down, cabinets are probably in or going in, counters are probably going in or going in. Everything's coming together. It looks like your house at this point. You're gonna get another chance to walk through the house. Once again, 10 out of 10, hire a home inspector. I should have said this for the last one, but make sure your home inspector's done new construction houses before, okay? They're gonna be paying attention to a lot of detail. You know, and it sounds dumb because we don't really look for this in resale, but like caulk and pieces of siding that may be a little bit loose, like things like that. You're paying a lot of money for these houses. So you want an inspector to come in and go from head to toe and find everything and give it to the builder to fix. All right, so the last step, and it's probably the final step, but it's settlement, right? So you're gonna go and sign all your documents, but before you do that, you're gonna get all your numbers and you confirm all your numbers of what you're bringing to the table and what your payment's gonna look like. Now, don't get caught off guard here because you've probably reviewed all these numbers, but in new construction, buyers pay all the closing costs, okay? Should have mentioned that in number 1, but hopefully you watched the video and you got that tidbit, so you know about that to prepare for that. In the settlement, they're gonna schedule a walkthrough of the home as well. So you're gonna go see the finished product and it's gonna wow you, right? You're like, oh my God, everything's so new. It's so great. I love this. It's perfect. This is perfect. We're so happy. Try to keep a little bit of tunnel vision. Get some blue tape, or the project manager's gonna have some blue tape there for you, and put a piece on every little deficiency, even if it's just like little nicks on the wall or little things on the appliances, or maybe the quarter round's missing. Go through the house and put a piece of blue tape on everything. Huge pro tip, learn this right away. Bring a broom or a long wooden pole with you so you can reach the ceiling or spots that you can't really reach standing up, to put a piece of blue tape on there so they don't miss those. All right, so there's a few things that I hope will help you if you're starting the process or you're just thinking about building a brand new home for your family. All right, so the pro tips inside of there are actually learned by working with clients of my own, or one of them actually happened to me. It was the outlet behind the door. I know I should have checked it. It was super irritating. But anyway, if you're interested in building a new house in the state of Maryland, you have any questions or concerns, or just want to learn about the process, schedule a consult with me below. My name is Shawn Martin with Real Broker. Happy selling.